Each of you will have approximately 1 minute to respond to this question, and we'll give you time on that. So, starting with Justin and John. In one word, describe your leadership style. How is your style beneficial to both students in Montana State as well as others who are affected by your office?
The one word would be vulnerable. If you're not relatable or approachable as a leader, then you can't be as effective. I lead a lot of organizations, and a lot of people in them seem to be very upset, but they also seem to be very happy with what we accomplished. They see me as somebody that they can relate to and then we get down to business and do things together. That you can sit around and do things together, and you can discuss things openly, and nobody is intimidated. In aspect of ASMSU, I think it would be extremely beneficial to have some vulnerability with our student government, where people and students feel comfortable coming into the office and where students knew where the office was and knew what their government did and knew who it was.
Destiny,
thank you. The one word that Jordan and I chose is team-oriented. I know it's a dash and just focusing on that we are one campus in one community, and we should be working as one campus in one community. And just supporting the Senate, the faculty, the students, the staff, the program directors, and just everyone who comes to this campus. And knowing that ASMSU is here to support you guys, and we want your support back. I've been on teams all my life, and teamwork is what builds character, what builds trust and respect, and that's something that this campus has and can improve on. So, thank you.
Thank you, in one word, describe your leadership style. How is your style beneficial to both the students of Montana State as well as others that are affected by your office?
I think the one word would be approachable. I think that any student can be able to approach me and their issues that they want to address. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you like to be received?
Oh, yeah.
All right. One word would be approachable. Thank you.
and Michael, who will last respond to the question. In one word, describe your leadership style. How is your style beneficial to both the students at Montana State as well as others affected by your office?
All right, so in the business world, there's three different types of styles. There's autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. If you guys don't understand what it is, I'm sure you do. It's pretty basic stuff. But I definitely fall within the democratic area of that. Being a NCO in the National Guard currently right now, I have people under me and we do what I do. Most of the NCOs, if you ever have been associated with any sort of military, very autocratic and hey, you're going to do what I told you to do, as I said. I'm a democratic guy. I like to make sure that everybody's on board. Everybody has a voice. Definitely I'm not afraid to divvy out the problems and the solutions. I definitely want to get everybody's voice heard into it.
Thank you, Michael. Okay, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break to get any last audience questions and then we're going to do an audience question session. started again. I just want to remind you all, as you're speaking with the mics, make sure you get very close to the mirror, just so we don't get distracted. Alright, so the way this is going to work is going to be an open format. Okay, so we're going to randomly address the question to one of you, at which point it's just going to be a back and forth discussion. If you have something to say, just kind of scoop the mic over your way and go ahead and interject as soon as that candidate is done addressing it. So, any questions? Alright, let's begin. So his first question is going to be addressed to Destiny. Some people have said that ASMSU as a whole is a broken system that is outdated and ineffective. What is your response to this?
Good question. My response would be, let's talk about it. What do you think is broken about this campus? Yes, we're not perfect, but I think there's many good aspects that we have going for us, you know. But if I am elected as student body president, then I will have an open door, open conversation policy so we can talk about it, because you know, we all see different things at different moments, and I would love to see the inconsistencies that is going on with our campus. Thank you.
You know, I think the big problem with that actually is that people don't understand what ASMSU actually is, and they think they have maybe more power than, that they have more power than they actually do. So one of the big things that Rob and I want to promote is transparency. You guys all had Bobcat Buzz. We're going to try and do something similar to that and actually let you guys know what's going on during ASMSU, through the Senate, through what Rob and I do for the campus. As well, we'd like to start educating people on what ASMU actually does over the student programs, what the dollar programs are, what sort of other classified programs that we have going on, and then also what boards that, as presidents, we would sit on that would actually influence the things that people are most concerned about. And that's simply us just representing the voice of the campus. We can't automatically just change something because we want it. We can definitely sit on the president's executive board, the planning board, the funding board, and let them know, hey, you know, I talked to 50 students today, and this is what they said they wanted. What are we going to do about it? So that's what we need to do. That's my response to that broken ASMSU.
Yeah, so I wouldn't, broken sounds slightly harsh, but I would agree that it's definitely wounded. I think when you have a 15% voter turnout, along with a lack of education of what the government does, it means that the government's slightly wounded because the constituents, which are the students, have no idea where their money is going or the services that they offer. And although that sounds harsh, it's the opportunity in which Devlin or I, or the presidents that you elect, can heal it so that it can be effective for the students, so that every program runs efficiently, so that students know exactly what is going on and can benefit from it.
Do you have any final responses?
I agree with what both of the candidates said, and one of the biggest part of our platform, Jordan and I, is awareness and making sure that students are aware of what we are, who we are, and how we work together as a team, because we're team oriented, and how to make our campus better. So, thank you.
Thank you. One last chance for any final responses to that question.
So, awareness is a big thing, as I just mentioned. So I'm sitting up here running for student body president. Sadly to say that I ran for Senate last fall and I was defeated. But the purpose of that is during that I gave a voter turnout presentation to 1,100 students, trying to educate, to bring that awareness. Because everybody that's involved with this government is responsible to get out that vote, to educate students on what they do. I would go into a lecture hall of 200 kids and I'd ask them to raise their hand if they knew what the acronym stood for, and only 1 or 2 people would raise their hand. So those are the things that I mentioned that is wounded that we should really try to repair.
Thank you. Our next question will be available to Patrick first. Patrick, how do you plan on getting the SOB barn open for student use, keeping in mind the costly renovations needed to meet fire codes and be accessible for those with disabilities?
It's a tough question. I do believe it's going to be costly to repair the SOB barn. Maybe we can look into But I don't believe that diving right into repairing the SOP barn would be the correct answer for this. I believe that if we set up some programs for funding, so later down the road, 5 or 10 years, we can see improvements to this SOP barn, then we can get things done.
Thank you, Patrick.
Would any candidate like to respond?
Alright. We're now going to move to our next question. And this one we're going to do addressed at large to everyone. So we're going to start with Michael, and we're going to move down the line. And Justin. And again, each person will have roughly a minute and a half to respond. So, Michael, as student body president, you represent the student voice to the administration as well as to the Bozeman community. Why do you personally feel that you're qualified for this position?
Personally, I feel qualified because I feel involved. What I like to do is I like to get out there, I like to put my foot in the door, I like to talk to people, I like to be really social. It's unfortunate I don't know too many people out here, being my first year as a sophomore, but I'm really trying to get out there, learn who people are. Also being qualified, I've had leadership experience before. I'm more than willing to take on the roles and the necessary tasks that this job comes with. So I think that's one of the most important things is definitely delegation, being able to control that, looking into the financing boards and stuff like that. So personally, I think that's where a lot of my qualifications sit.
Thank you.
All right, well, I know I'm handling this debate I'm not doing a very good job, let's put this blunt. I'm not doing well up here. But one thing I'd like to make clear is one-on-one and in small groups, I'm very good with people. I believe that I'm very social and I like to get out there and hear what people have to say. And I like to know what they think about this organization and how they can get involved as well. As for qualifications and whether or not I am qualified, I was an RA last semester, and from that experience, I learned a ton of things, how to talk to people and deal with different crises around campus. And I believe that I have a good way of communicating on small scales, just not in front of a large body of people. And that I really love to participate in ASMSU activities, and that I'm very enthusiastic and passionate about this office. Thank you.
Thank you. And just for the final two candidates who will repeat the question, this next one's for Destiny. As student body pres, you represent the student voice to the administration and the Bozeman community. Why do you feel qualified to do this?
Thank you. I feel qualified because I've been involved from everything from athletics to orientation. I've just had a chance to be involved and to step up in leadership roles that I feel is very helpful in my role as future, hopefully, student body president. I've also been held to a higher standard my whole life and been asked to meet the higher requirements, and that's what this job entails. So that is why I think that I'm qualified. Thank you.
Thank you. Justin?
Thank you. This question actually really excites me. I love MSU, and I can tell you how much I love people and all this stuff. But I eat, live, and breathe student involvement. I don't do anything else. If you ask any of my friends, they're like, he spends 16 hours a day just doing this.